National Assembly Kimani Ichungwah has rather laughed off the High Court ruling declaring the housing levy as unconstitutional. Ichungwah, while defending the government agenda on the floor of the House, stated that increase in taxation will stabilize the economy for budget financing. Edward Nyamu reports on Ruto's tax policy.
The National Tax Policy provides the framework for taxation in the country. Molo MP and Chairperson Finance and National Planning Committee Kimani Ichungwah tabled one such policy in the National Assembly today, calling for its review to enhance transparency.
The policy should propose that before we change any tax, the impact of tax should be analyzed so that the next one, we know the impact in terms of economic growth, because some of the taxes are very harmful to the economy.
According to Majority Leader Kimani Ichungwah, the taxation policies should be looked into to mobilize domestic resources and ease Kenya's debt crisis. Ichungwah refuted the justification given by Justice David Majanja-led bench on unconstitutionality of the housing levy.
This national tax policy, as I said, will inform a review and a reform of the entire tax regime. And I am glad when the Cabinet Secretary of the National Treasury appeared before the National Dialogue Committee, he asserted that fact, and in fact in our report, we have agreed with the Cabinet Secretary of the National Treasury that we shall give him up to the end of February next year to be able to table before Parliament a reviewed and a reformed national tax regime, targeting all our tax instruments, not just dwelling on VAT on fuel or dwelling on the housing levy, which surprisingly, Honorable Speaker, and I have tremendous respect for judges in the judiciary, I heard them saying that the tax on housing is unconstitutional on the basis that is being levied on people who are salaried. And I wondered, Honorable Speaker, we also pay as you earn. That is only paid principally by people who are salaried.
The parliamentarians have called on the Treasury to ensure that there is fairness in the taxation measures, particularly on businesses. They have also called for the complexity in tax regulation and administration to be addressed. The MPs are of the opinion that the tax base should be expanded to capture everyone's equality while adopting measures aimed at apprehending tax evaders.
The tax policy we use can either destroy or create employment. As it is today, the tax we have is very unfriendly to creation of employment. This must end, and I'm glad we are formulating or starting to formulate a policy on taxation.
The national tax policy is a step in realizing the country's dream of having an efficient and fair tax system that promotes equality in tax administration and predictable tax environment for businesses to operate. It provides broad principles of taxation administration and revenue collection in Kenya and sets parameters of tax policy and other tax-related matters. Edward Nyamu, KUTV.
Right. Thank you, Edward Nyamu, for that. Now, clerics and the Chamber of Commerce in Garissa are the latest